Naira will never overrun the dollar unless Tinubu takes my advice. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Oh, the news in detail, please. The founder and leader of the INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele, is presently feeling very displeased with the response of many state governors to the food crisis situation in the country. He is particularly disappointed with Governor Sanwo-Olu over the palliative market organized by Lagos State called Onjeku. The enigmatic man of God, who himself has held very successful palliative markets in the last couple of months, insists the Lagos State government can do much better than it has done. The highly revered prophet also warns that many banks will collapse and the battle of Naira against the dollar is far from over. Until we come up with the policies that will totally crush the dollar, we would only be going round in circles in our fight to strengthen the Naira, he says. City People's senior editor Wale Lawal engaged the highly sought-after prophet in a light conversation and spoke about issues ranging from the sudden rise of the Naira to the food crisis situation in the country and the possible demerits or otherwise of the emergence of a young Senegalese president. The excerpt of the interview read thus. The government has been making concerted, they asked, the government has been making concerted efforts to strengthen the Naira and their efforts are yielding results. And Nigerians are expecting that soon it will soon begin to reflect on the economy. Now, I would like you to tell us, sir, number one, this relief you're experiencing at the moment, is it going to be a permanent one or we should still be expecting some difficult times ahead? Secondly, the cabals in the banking sector, the oil sector, who are fighting hard to stop things from working, are they going to be overpowered? They asked. He replied, the truth is that the government has done tremendously well, but no matter how hard they try, so long as we remain a country that still believes in doing its entire financial transaction in dollars, we will never be able to get the Naira to the point that we desire. There should be a policy to crash the dollar completely so that the Naira can become stronger. We must revert to a situation where everything we do must be in Naira. Otherwise, this relief people are experiencing will remain temporary. That is on one side. Going forward, a lot of banks are going to sink soon. Banks like Keystone Bank, Wema Bank, Union Bank will have serious problems. There are serious troubles ahead and several banks will face challenges. But I will advise the CBN governor, Cardoso, not to rest at all because he has not even done anything yet. There are greater challenges ahead of him. The work has only just started. It is too early to start commending him. When some banks begin to fail to meet up to their financial obligations, what do we do then? So there is still plenty of work to be done. As for the Naira, it cannot come down to 300, 400 that people are waiting for. It cannot. The only way things can come down is when we resort to only Naira transaction and stop paying millions of money in dollar transactions. So the situation will soon get worse unless the government gets it right. They asked, so the relief is only temporary? He replied, it is only temporary. The only solution is we crash the dollar completely and resort to strictly only Naira transaction in the country. To pay school fees in those big international schools for the children of the rich, we must only pay in Naira. Made in Nigeria goods must be encouraged. We must start producing our own automobiles, Nigerian tiles, Nigerian tires, television, etc. Only then will we have a permanent relief from the menace of the dollar. They asked, are you impressed, sir, with the efforts the government has made so far in terms of food palliative to cushion the effect of the harsh economy on the people? He replied, no, I am definitely not impressed. I mean, if an individual can achieve what I achieved with my palliative market, then I expect Lagos State and several other states to do more. I am not impressed with Governor Sanwo-Olu at all. He can do better with what he's doing with the palliative market. That 25% reduction in price of food items being sold to Lagosians is too small. I want Lagos State to bring down to the price of a bag of rice to 10,000 naira. They can do it because they have the resources. If they do that, I will be highly impressed. I did it. I sold bags of rice at 10,000 naira per bag. So why can't they do it? I have started my palliative market that holds about 4 times in a year. I am heading to Ekiti now and some other states in the Federation to hold my palliative market. My bakery starts in June, and the idea is to bring down the price of bread and support the economic growth of a country The bakery has been set up strictly to alleviate the effects of the harsh economy on the less privileged. The bread has been sold for 1,800 to be sold for 800 naira. But governments can do better than that. What the government can do right now is to battle this food issue. To battle this issue of food crisis is to crush the prices of food commodities by flooding the market with food items sold at very, very reduced prices. Taraba State is a good example of a state running a very effective palliative market. The prices of food items in Taraba have been crushed. Let every other state copy what Taraba State is doing. Why can't Lagos State do far better than this? They say they are slashing the price of food items by 25%. That is way too small for a rich state like Lagos. I am not impressed. They can do far better than that. They asked, let us talk about the new Senegalese president, sir. Some already saying he's young and inexperienced and might not do well in office. What are your thoughts about this, sir? He replied, okay, you will recall that I warned the former ruling party in Senegal about an impending defeat and even told them the steps to take, but my warnings were ignored. Just like I warned George Ware and he ignored my warnings too. I warned him that if the election go into runoffs, that he will fail, but ignored me. You will also recall that I gave warnings to Abdel Fattah, al-Sisi of Egypt, and he followed my warnings too, and the letter won. Now I want to say this, and I will use one answer to address about 6 questions. I have warned President John Mahama of Ghana of the mysterious failure and defeat that is ahead of him, and he has not heeded my warnings. And it will be a mysterious failure if Mahama is defeated in the coming elections. It will be highly disappointing, and it will bring a big shame to him. It will be very disgraceful. What I am saying in a nutshell is this. For example, the Guinean president is a young chap, and the gentleman will soon lead the country to democracy, and the people will vote for him. He has gotten the experience. He can turn Guinea around, so the Guinea military president can become a civilian president in the not-too-distant future. That is one. The Chadian president is also a young man. Before now, I had foretold that this chap would transform into a civilian president, and from all indication, that is what will happen because I cannot see anybody from the opposition defeating him at the polls. Third, the current Liberian president, Joseph Boakai, is an old man. I must warn that this man to take his health very seriously. He will have health issues. His government has been unstable and might not be able to do much for his people, except he seek the face of the Lord. The man is old and is experienced, but he has health challenges because as we speak, he is battling with his health. So what do you have to say to that? He is not young, he is experienced, but he is battling with health issues. I want to say this. The president of Equatorial Guinea is also an old man, and he is experienced, but he will be incapacitated because of his health. Are you also aware that the Cameroonian president wants to bring in his son to take over from him because he is also getting very old? The Liberian president, like I said earlier, will also have health challenges. This will make him unable to live up to his electoral promises, and his continued stay in office is uncertain unless he seeks the face of the Lord. Remember, it is just one question, but I'm using these instances to put everything in perspective. For Uganda, the plan is that they will bring the president's son in to take over from him. He is struggling right now and he needs to brace up. South Africa president needs to be careful, otherwise Julius Malema will take over from him. So this young man from Senegal, he's not that old. He will be trained and he will be guided to do well because he has a good prime minister that is very active and very strong, and one that will do the needful for the country, and the ceremony will be buoyant. They will give the people of Senegal what they want. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.